What is the worst thing about being skinny? Cold. Always cold. Slowly sinks into the Atlantic Ocean. Oh yeah, also can't float very well. Just lay on top of the water and paddle. Legit the recommendation I got learning to swim. Lays on top of water, slowly sinks. I had a pretty amazing swimming coach who taught me about buoyancy. I had a terrible time floating atop water. He explained for me to take slower, deeper breaths and hold air in my lungs. Some reason it works. Still to this day I will be floating on my back and exhale and I just drop to the depths. Yup, it's all about breathing and relaxing. Breathe into your belly, and actually relax your muscles to let the water carry you. Didn't realize how natural this had become until I recently watched someone trying to learn to swim and he couldn't do it. Between the breath and tension, the guy sank like a stone. Seriously, if you're someone who swims a lot, just imagine yourself in the water and feel how your entire body immediately relaxes. It's wild if you're not used to paying attention to it. People informing you that you're skinny like you didn't already know. Not being able to sit on hard surfaces for any length of time. People telling me that I look hungry. You look full. Damn, I'ma use this just the right amount of petty. It's easier to be tossed around in a fight. I remember after I lost 115 pounds, I went to break up a fight thinking it would be the same as before. I grabbed one person and leaned back. Normally that would be enough to anchor them down. But this time I got yanked and pulled to the floor like a rag doll. For reference, I used to be a bouncer for 5 years and broke up fights all the time. Never realized the extra fat gave me so much of an advantage till I didn't have it anymore. True. Extra fat also helpful as leverage when you're lifting cement bags all day. Going to an amusement park and realizing that no one else thinks the seats on the rides are too hard. I was in pain. Gonna add on, feeling like you're gonna slip out lol. Sometimes even just sitting hurts because there's not enough fat to cushion the bones and they press directly on the nerves. I sit pretty crooked for this reason, almost more on my back than ass, because it's way more comfortable for my ass. I tend to lean way forward to put weight on my thighs. It's so easy to hit your pelvic bone on the side into things, and it hurts too much. I'm having phantom hip bone pain just reading this. You cannot do a very splashy cannonball into the pool. I'm not very buoyant. Despite all the muscle I've put on over my couple years of weightlifting, I would die if I got shipwrecked out at sea. Without the fat I used to have, I quite simply do not float anymore. This is funny, these past few years I realized how easy treading water had gotten. I thought I was stronger until I realized I was just fat. I don't know why treading water is even taught as a survival technique, like surely most people here can float in a pool on their back, even if you start to sink on the exhales. How is treading water a better option in a rescue situation? You can still call for help and wave from a floating position. Maybe I'm missing something real dumb and obvious. Edit, yeah, like the duck in waves you dipshit. Clothes never fit well. Whenever the length is good, the width is too much. Whenever the width is good, it's too short. Especially bad if you're also tall. Skinny long leg gang stand up, cause the chair is hurting my ass. As someone who was underweight in my childhood up to my early 20s, and suddenly obese in my 30s. It doesn't matter what weight you are, people will always have something to say about it. But one thing I hated about being skinny, was always being the one to have to sit in the middle seat in the car. People can body shame you and you're supposed to take it as a compliment. Pants never stay up. That's a fat person problem too actually. Maybe we all just need to embrace suspenders. Switched last year, never been happier. The problem though is when you're wearing shorts. The Germans perfected this with the lederhosen. Never thought I'd see a persuading argument for lederhosen, but here we are. Lap isn't as comfy for dog to sit on. Okay, this is the saddest. Bulking up so people don't bother you about not eating so much, bulking up so your pets have a comfortable lap to sit on. People assuming that you must be healthy because you're skinny, leading you to cruise on through with all those unhealthy eating habits until you hit your 30s and then whoops, you're not skinny anymore and you can't manage it so well. Source: me. I started trying to maintain a healthier relationship with food earlier on in my 20s cause I was very aware of what could happen as I got older. Thanks for a peek into the future, Mum. Was very frustrating when colleagues would bring cakes and biscuits into work and when I didn't eat any of it, they'd be like, you can afford to have one pointed look at my waist like, dude, I know, I eat like a normal person, I just don't want to keep stuffing my face with sugar every lunchtime. I've seen my future. People assuming you have an eating disorder. Back when I was in school, my mom and dad took me and my brother out for an all-you-can-eat buffet. Everything was good and merry family time was enjoyed. Until I came back from the toilet, I must have took longer than usual cause when I got back it was silent among the family. I sit and my brother looks me square in the eyes and asked if I just went to throw up. Like no, I ducking didn't, made me feel like the whole thing was set up as some sort of intervention. I'm just skinny. Sorry, I guess. Skinny and you poop at buffets. Pooping at buffets is pretty normal. What, you gonna hold in that liquid shit till you get home? People noticing every fluctuation in weight. I had the opposite problem back when I was skinny. I'd say something about putting on weight and someone would have to say, but you're so skinny. Yeah, Ducker, I know I'm skinny, but if I gain 10 pounds none of my fucking pants fit. Okay, seriously, like even if people don't notice, going from a 2 to a 4 was not in my budget. 5 to 10 pounds at my size is a whole pant size and it sucks. That's a fair point. I weigh about 320, and I could drop 30 to 40 pounds and not have to get new clothes. Doorknobs. Why, you ask? Well, I'm skinny and tall, doorknobs are precisely hip height for me. Every so often I'll hit the knob with my hip bone, no fat or anything to protect it. It's like someone kicking your shins, but this is self-inflicted. The worst part of being skinny for me was no one actually looking into why I was skinny and just throwing the anorexic label on me, threatening to shove tubes into me if I didn't just simply eat more, even though eating more would usually just worsen the agony and nausea I got from eating. I am diagnosed with Crohn's disease these days, and that was back when it was at its absolute worst. I've been skinny since I was a kid. Got it from my dad. My relatives aren't, and they would point out how different I am. Like the one I hated the most is like every time they'd touch me, they'd pretend to be hurt like, ow, you're skin and bones. And laugh, pushing me around. Every time I eat, they'd make it such a big thing. Like how shocked they are that I eat and it just makes me lose my appetite. They have so much fun, making fun of me. Ugh, I feel this so bad. I pair this with also having a grandma that would try to feed me into oblivion. Here's your meal, added extra because you look so skinny. Finished yet? Here, have more. Finished? Here, have some cake. You're done? Here, have milk and cookies. Want some chocolate with that? How about more cake? Fruit? Ice cream? Yogurt? Etc., etc. And saying no meant I would get told I look awfully skinny and it's my fault because I wasn't eating. Then she evolved into taking me to every doctor to see why I was skinny, tests, diets, supplements, hormones, took it all. Nothing wrong. Until one doctor told my grandma, please, let her be, stop looking for something wrong with her. She's fine, she just metabolizes quickly and that's it. You're never going to find another explanation. Just enjoy your family already. Since then she still feeds me to oblivion, but at least has toned down the rest. Everything was worse in terms of family bullying because everyone is overweight no matter where you turn, except for me. Yes. I once told them to stop. Just stop, because I hate how they're making me grow to hate myself. I've now actually moved to another country. I moved to Japan and everyone here is just like me. I feel more at peace and at home. I haven't been home for almost a decade now. I love my parents, and I love how they love me the way I am. They've always defended me and gave me confidence.